The Texas Parks and Wildlife television series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
I like to see families spending time on the water, catching fish, having a great time.
They want to cook the crappie for about 2 minutes on each side. Nice light brown and keep it nice, moist, and tender on the inside. That's the best way to eat it.
When we do get a chance to see them, we see the kind of sight that very few people get to see.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
You're doing perfect. That's the way you do it, just slow and easy. So right where my lure is, right here, look. Okay, B, hold it high and then ease down in there. There he goes, you got him. Good job. Oh boy, you got a little baby that time.
Small fry.
This is Tommy Tidwell.
Good job, good job. That's a female. See, these are females out in here.
He's a part-time fishing guy.
You couldn't have caught the only one in there.
Oh, did I?
I hope nobody catches me working.
He's Wally Marshall.
I'm supposed to be fishing, right?
Wally used to be a fishing guy.
Built Ford Tough, Bass Pro Shops. Gotta get these sponsors' banners out, John.
There's something right there.
This is the story of two guys with one thing in common.
Whoa, it's a black crappie.
They both love crappie.
Man, that's a hog right there.
This is the best class of the year.
Cool. Hey, good deal.
When he's not out on a boat, Tommy is here in the classroom, teaching 9th grade biology.
Okay, everybody, time to listen up.
Today, his class is studying the internal organs of animals by dissecting freshly caught crappie.
Cut some more of this. Go this way and cut some more of that out where you can see some more in there.
Oh, man. Oh, just where? I didn't mean to hit you right there.
That's the key thing, you know, to let them get hands-on and see what everything looks like. Look, there's his heart right there. Look how tiny that heart is compared to his body.
In the past, Tommy has bought preserved fish, but it turns out they're nowhere near as good for dissecting as the fresh ones he catches.
Big female there, see? That's the kind we're looking for right there. See where it's hollow in there? Look. Yeah. They really like doing this. I mean, kids that sometimes don't do much the rest of the year, when we get into dissecting, they get really excited about it. Hey, look here, guys. Here's a parasite. Who's got some tweezers?
Here you go.
Is he moving? Yeah, he's moving. Look, guys, this parasite is still moving.
Ew.
Get him, Garrett. Come on, you got your good one. There you go. Good job.
First 5 seconds.
Today, Tommy is still teaching, only this time it's in an outdoor classroom.
He's already turning back white. After they spawn, they'll all turn the same color.
They're on a lake. No textbooks, no quizzes or exams.
There you go. You got your one.
Just an enthusiastic neighborhood kid named Garrett.
You scared me half to death.
Can you get him off?
Yeah.
That was easy.
Come on. Oh, there you go. 2 at a time. Look at there.
There's one.
There you go, Garrett. Get him, Garrett.
Oh, crap.
Oh, you missed him. Oh, there's a good one.
It's a catfish.
Get in here and check something there. See those sticks right there, Garrett? When I get up there, you drop it right down in those sticks. There you go, perfect. Now be ready, he'll get it. Crappie is a good fish to start kids out on too, because you can catch a lot of them, and the fish, even small ones, they're fun to catch. Good job, good job.
I could have lost him.
Did you reel? Don't reel. They were building the lake at the time we were kids, and you know, every weekend we were out here camped out. Our parents, they didn't worry where we were at. Get him.
Naughty fishy.
They knew we were out here on the lake fishing and camping. There's a good tree right there, be ready. I can take a lot of husbands and take their wives out here, and I tell them, put their wife next to me, and I'll make sure she can catch more fish than you do. And a lot of the husbands, they're happy. When the wife's happy, the husband's happy.
First of all, about that name. It may read like crappie, but you'd be wrong. It's actually pronounced crappie. Crappie comes from the word crepe, a French pancake that's flat, just like the fish. It's also the third most popular catch in Texas, just behind largemouth bass and catfish.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of crappie.
And like many other sport fish, crappie doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Biologists like Greg Benyon very carefully monitor the species.
White crappie,
What we're recording right now
255,
is length,
47.
and we're also getting a weight in grams. We can compare that year to year and get an idea if the population may have increased since the last survey or it's actually declined in abundance.
Black crappie, 251. Are they good eating fish?
Excellent. In my opinion, one of the best freshwater fish to eat.
So, thanks to folks like Greg, we have enough of these tasty fillets to go around.
It's gonna be a beautiful morning, you know, it's rained all last night, so I think I'm gonna leave a little opening. Where's that coffee pot at? Where's your blade at? It's something you gotta do, man. Biggest fish of the tournament, what's your guess?
About 2.5.
That's all. 2.5 pounds? Drop your fish right in here, buddy.
This is the Mr. Crappie Big Crappie Classic.
All right, young man, what's your name?
It's a once a year, everybody wins, family-friendly fishing tournament.
I don't have a boat. I don't know where to go.
Okay, you're gonna fish from the bank. You wanna fish from the shore?
Yes, sir.
There's a walkway that goes out,
And this is Mr. Crappie himself.
and so just cast out past it and just do a slow retrieve, okay?
He's also known as Wally Marshall.
Just work that bank line right there and you'll catch some fish.
All right, thank you, Mr. Marshall.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Hey, catch a big one.
I will.
All right.
Wally adopted the Mr. Crappie moniker back in 1996 and went on to make a name for himself with a complete line of Mr. Crappie products.
Why do I do this? It's because I like to see families spending time on the water, catching fish, having a great time. We just getting cranked up. There comes a family right there. Fish.
Families like the Russells. There's Robert, his brother Kenneth,
Okay, Dad, ready?
and their 3 kids.
Let me see your minnow.
They've fished this tournament since they were tadpoles.
That is one big fish.
She's Alexis. He's Weldon, and this
Oh, Crappie! Crappie!
is Cody.
Aw, it got it away. Ugh.
I said, you ready to go fishing? And they're like, let's go.
I almost caught that big one.
Anytime they can go fishing, they're happy.
Bring him up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there you go. Good
It's
girl.
heavy.
She's a fishing full.
Woo! Big fish! Big fish!
Oh, you got off again.
Oh, man.
Mom said it was too early to get up, so she didn't come out. There's a fish.
Really?
Oh, all right. Oh, stop. Good grief. Hold this one.
This is the greatest fishing partner in the world. Same thing my dad did with me and the same thing he did with my brother. He took us fishing. That was the best time when we went out with him.
Wearing them out.
We got a lot of fish.
Did you get one, Cody?
Fish! Okay, fish. I got one.
Finally, Cody gets a fish,
There you go.
Yeah.
and all is right with the world.
Aw, good job, Cody.
I want to commend you today for bringing the children out to the tournament. Cody Russell. Put him in there, buddy. Woo, he's a live one.
It doesn't really matter if you're a showman like Wally Marshall,
1.05. Way to go, young man.
or if you're more of a teacher and mentor
Come on, Garrett.
like Tommy Tidwell.
He's black too. See, that's a little male.
Looks like it's about 10 inches.
All right, brother.
When you have a love and a passion for something, you just really want to share it.
It's just a thrill to see families out on the lake.
There you go.
The fish is a bonus, actually, but spending time in the outdoors is really what it's all about.
You came untied. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay. Accident happened.
Hey folks, this is Tim Spice with Texas Parks and Wildlife. We're here at McKinney Falls State Park, and we've got some fresh crappie here from Granger Lake, a few miles up the road. We're going to show you how to take your catch from the day and fry it up nice and easy and have a great meal for you and your family. To prepare the fish, first I've taken it out of its container and we've dried it off a little bit. We're going to lightly prep it with some a little bit of salt and a little bit of fresh pepper. All right, just a little bit of pepper though, because crappie's a really nice, delicate fish, and you don't want to overpower it. I was raised with just a simple cornmeal batter. You can do a little thicker if you like with an egg wash, or even a little bit of milk or buttermilk. But this is pretty simple. You'll get a great fish flavor just this way. All right, we've got the temperature right where we like it, about between 250 and 275. Now we're just going to take our battered fish and put them right in the oil. Watch your fingers so you don't splatter that hot grease. We want to cook the crappie for about 2 minutes on each side. Nice light brown and keep it nice, moist, and tender on the inside. That's the best way to eat it. All right, these look good. These are done. We're going to put them all on the plate here for everybody. If you want to know how your fish are done, here's a simple test. Take a fork, and if you can break apart the flakes, that means your fish is done. Here's a raw fish, and you can see I can't pull the flakes apart. When the flakes break apart, your fish is done. Now we're going to cook this lighter method where we've got the fillets. We won't bread them. We're going to take a little fresh tarragon. We're going to rub it into the fish, and then we're going to take a little lemon, and we're just going to squeeze it onto the fish here. Now we're ready to put it on the pan. First off, we're going to have a little bit of olive oil to help keep it from sticking, and it adds some great flavor. And then we're going to take those fillets that we put the tarragon on and put them straight on the pan. Great little sizzle. That means that pan's hot. It will, again, just like the other fish, it'll only take a couple of minutes on each side. I picked a shallow pan so that I can get my spatula in there a little easier. Now those fillets are very delicate, so you have to be careful when you turn them or they'll fall apart on you. That tarragon and that lemon, I can smell it right now. Really great flavor coming through on that fish. It doesn't take but less than a minute if your pan's hot. Fishing is a great family activity, and preparing a great meal for your whole family in one of our great state parks is something that we'd love for you to do. We've got two kinds of fish here, prepped a little coleslaw and some hush puppies, and you know what? I think it's about time to sit down and dig in. You guys ready to eat? Yeah.
It's an iconic image of America and of our freedom. Once on the brink of extinction, the bald eagle is back. And more Texans are getting a glimpse of this free spirit.
We're watching something totally wild. They're beautiful.
When we do get a chance to see them, we see the kind of sight that very few people get to see.
The pesticide DDT, which interfered with the bird's ability to produce strong eggshells, almost wiped out the bald eagle. In the 60s, the southern breeding population dropped into the hundreds. And in 1967, it was officially listed as an endangered species. Here in Texas, aerial surveys kept an eye on the population, and in the 70s, we were down to just 4 nesting pairs. This forested river bottom habitat near the coast was their final refuge here in Texas.
This was their last stronghold while they were recovering from the effects of DDT, so half of the 4 pairs were nesting here. Across the southern United States, it was down into hundreds rather than tens of thousands.
With the 1972 ban of DDT in the U.S. and the push to protect their nesting habitat, bald eagle populations have been making a steady comeback. This nest near Victoria lies in the historic territory that kept the bald eagle going in Texas. And here, eagles continue to breed. These eaglets are 5 weeks old.
It is so exciting to watch a wild creature that is rare, was even more rare than it is now, and yet here it is living with me on this place. This looks good.
Walter Womack's family has owned this prime river bottom habitat since 1878. And in and amongst the old elm and pecan trees sits this year's new brood. Those same young eaglets are now 10 weeks old.
Yeah, I bet that's the male up above the nest.
Walter and local biologist Brent Ortego check on the site every year.
So it looks like there's 2 young.
To walk up on something wild like that and get close to it, oh yeah, that's pretty. That's the kind of thrill that is not available just anywhere. It's part of what makes this place worthwhile.
Because of this nest and others like it, we have sustained a 10% increase in birds per year, and now instead of 4 pairs, we know of approximately 200 pairs nesting in Texas. There we go.
Over the years, this nest territory has produced more than 30 eaglets.
There's one up on the edge of the nest now.
Yeah, I see it. It's almost black.
And Walter looks forward to that number growing.
They're a wild bird that is doing its thing right out there in the open, right up in that tree. It's nice to be able to keep that kind of thing going. Yeah, they're settled down now.
Just off Highway 29. 8 miles east of Llano sits an eagle's nest that's a little bit more out in the open. And every nesting season, Jess and Peggy Thompson set up their cameras to capture the spectacle.
She was stretching, hon.
Yeah, I got her when she had that wing out.
They like that one place where the 2 limbs.
She's posing pretty nice.
Despite the noise, the eagles set up home within a few hundred yards of the road. They've been coming to this tree since 2004. These juveniles are 8 weeks old.
Everyone is always amazed that the traffic does not disturb them, but I think we're just far enough away from the nest that they can go about their normal business.
The average photographer doesn't get a chance to get the shots that we do of the day-to-day life of an eagle. It just has a mystique about it that kind of draws you to it.
It's just awesome to watch them in flight and their aerodynamicness, if that's a word.
There we go.
Oh, there goes the baby with his wings again. Beautiful. That's good. There you go, baby. If they're sitting there, it can make a nice, beautiful pose of an eagle shot. But if they're flying or if the babies are flapping, what is that? There he comes. No, that's a great blue. Sorry.
No, that's one of them.
That is one.
He's coming. He's flying by. From sun up until 2 hours where we get our best shots.
It's so much more picturesque to have all of the detail show up that you get in that early morning light.
It's early in the morning in late March, and these eaglets have just turned 11 weeks old. The Thompsons are here in hopes of capturing their first flight.
After watching the eagles as much as we have, we can kind of predict when they're going to fly. There it goes.
There it goes. That's the pinnacle of it for us, is to be here, watch them grow up.
Here it goes.
There it goes. And then get them as they take off on that first flight out of the nest. Now that was nice.
With more and more eagles building nests and breeding here in Texas, many of these raptors are now competing over dwindling nest sites and habitat.
They're now fighting. We believe we have evidence that they're fighting over the territories. I didn't think that I was going to see the struggles over the nesting sites like I'm seeing.
John Carger and his staff rehabilitate eagles at Last Chance Forever, a raptor recovery center in San Antonio.
A lot of the injuries that are coming in are really evident of what's going on. It is adult birds, and it looks like some of them came out of a knife fight. This bald eagle was found at the Richland Chambers Lake. When he got to us, he had a very large wound right here. It looks like it was grabbed by another bird. This feather's growing in really nice, look at that.
This juvenile eagle is on the road to recovery.
1, 2, 3.
And to get him ready for release, the center does what's called flight lining.
All right. So what you do is you release the bird to fly, ease him down, and you control where that bird is going to some extent by using the line as a way of getting it back down on the ground. Beautiful, beautiful. That was nice. Ready to let this bird go?
It's 3 months later, and that juvenile eagle is about to be free.
The bird weighed 3.2 pounds when it came in, and it is now over 8.5 pounds. You guys ready?
Now that this mighty bird is off the endangered species list,
there you go. Oh, watch. Watch the. That's right.
It's
Hold
our
it.
responsibility to keep it that way.
On the count of 3, everybody ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Beautiful.
Wow. Fly, baby, fly. Fly, baby, fly. Atta girl. The bald eagle disappearing from the earth was caused by us humans. Its recovery is our recovery. Its health is our health. Its clean sky, clean air, clean water, clean earth is our clean air, clean water, clean earth. And we are the ones that should take care of it because we put it in that position.
Isn't this great?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.